Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to talk a little David Paulides just for the clarification of the masses, because, the cult indoctrination is very deep. It's working very well. And the cult members, if you're familiar, are programmed to never go against the group, which also kind of reminds me of those Hulu ads on TV that I find very worrisome, very troubling to see the cult-like mentality of this entire nation. Depending on whatever subset of belief that you belong to, you're programmed to have an enemy, you're programmed to go against the other group, but the people aren't smart enough to turn on their handlers. You don't realize that military intelligence is running the show in this country politically, and that there are other aspects of the government involved in controlling things like Sasquatch. And so how it works, and I'm just going to keep beating this drum until people are catching the tune here, is that they have double agents infiltrate the community, and it can be done in any number of ways. In the 1960s, they had Timothy Leary handing out free LSD, handing out acid to people, and people are wigging out and tripping balls, and he's blowing people's cover and having the feds raid the place, and people are getting set up and threatened with prison time, and you all for these undercover cops, essentially, is what they are, okay? And then what is David Paulides? He's a fucking cop. Okay, so he's a PIG, all right? If he's a fucking infiltrator, I don't care if he's giving DNA to Melba. I don't care. That's how they gain your trust and then deceive you. How did he come into the community in the first place? He wrote some books about Bigfoot, comes out with that fucking bogus story, in my opinion, about these billionaire investors that are like, here, David, yeah, just take this money and go out there and find out if Bigfoot's real for us. Yeah, effing right. We all know how much of a fucking dream it is. And who are the freaks that want to go out there and have investors pay for their life with Bigfoot? People like Colorado Bigfoot. People that want to fucking live their life out there Bigfooting, taking donations from people, being a fucking court jester. Here, dance for a fucking nickel. I'm going to throw $1 at you. Do something for me. Here, entertain me. I'll give you a fucking $5 bill. Here, start dancing. That's not what impresses me, and David Paulides doesn't impress upon me as the type of person that's doing that at all. He wrote some books about Bigfoot, and then what does he do? You probably didn't even know who he was when he wrote his books about Bigfoot, let's be honest. You didn't know about David until the Missing 411 series, when he started coming on programs like Coast to Coast AM, which is a known gatekeeping program where they systematically keep the truth off there. You go and tell Lex when you call up on Coast to Coast AM what you want to talk about on the program, they'll fucking blacklist you, and you'll sit there for 3 hours on the phone and never fucking get on there. You have to tell these guys that you want to ask a stupid fucking question just so they say, Jameson from Colorado, you're on the air with Coast to Coast AM. I've been on 4 times. And only one time was I able to get on by telling them what I actually wanted to ask. You know how many times I've tried to get on that show to tell them something, and I realized pretty quick, you can't tell them the truth and tell them you want to talk about something startling that would shake up the whole thing. You can't go on there and say, I want to talk about the secret societies. Fuck no. Because George Norrie's got Jesuit degrees. So just saying how it works. But David's on that show coming out with the info about Missing 411. And which case does he beat the drum the loudest about? Dennis Martin. And what do we know about the Dennis Martin case from putting all the pieces of the puzzle together? That somebody saw this quote-unquote bear running away with this kid over its shoulder in a super high elevated place. Yeah, right. The bear is just a code word for a Bigfoot creature. It's part of the cover-up. But so it's a Sasquatch abduction. David's hinting at it like it's a Sasquatch abduction, getting everybody to just take the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, this guy's one of us. this guy's a Bigfooter. Yeah, this guy's just like all of us, right? It's like going up to the bar and being like, oh, what do we all have in common, guys? Oh, alcohol. Yeah, we're having such a good time getting drunk. You could be drinking out with murderers, fucking rapists, fucking home invasions, thieves. Somebody wants to rob you blind. You got to be careful who you trust. Don't think you have something in common with people just because you're all at the Bigfoot club. Oh, look at us. Yeah, we're all legit, right? Who are you really? Who are you really? Who are you trying to be, and who are you really? So who is this David character? He comes in and will not associate Bigfoot with missing 411, will not talk about people going missing into portals. I don't hear him talking about any of that. I don't hear him talking about aliens. What I do hear him saying is, oh, I'm a member of MUFON. Yeah, we can do this. But so talk about human alien abduction and mutilation by aliens, like William Cooper was talking about it. He saw documents in naval intelligence that said that the military had treaties with these aliens allowing them to abduct people. Why don't you go down that road, David? Won't you talk about it? Because you wouldn't bring up anybody else's name that's not part of your control group. You would never bring somebody who was speaking a truth that wasn't controlled incrementally, inch by inch, and slowly released in a compartmentalized way. Fuck no. They don't want free thought. They want very controlled thought. It's a cult. You listen to David's continuous uploads. He's talking to the cult. He's not talking about these cases. The video heading, when he's talking for 20 or 30 minutes, says 3 missing cases, 2 missing cases, this case remains, blah, blah, blah. But what's he really griping about? Geez, people are like this. God, don't go thinking this. Geez, you need to do this. God, if you want to be part of the cult, think like this. That's what he fucking does. It's indoctrination 24/7 when this guy's talking. And it's all the things he refuses to say, which are like fucking huge red flags. Just fucking fireworks blowing up around this guy's head for the shit that he won't say. And the fact that people can't see it shows how fucking stupid and blind they are. Fucking ridiculous. And like I said, I've heard David say on Coast to Coast AM with George Knapp that I don't believe in the dog man. He says he interrupted George Knapp when George Knapp brought up Sasquatch. He said, I never said Sasquatch was taking these people. I never said it was Bigfoot. I never said that. And George Knapp is like taken aback. He's like, and he's a professional on the air. And that was an unexpected moment in radio history that I witnessed myself live on the air. So I've been studying this in depth. I've been on the trail tracking this shit. See, the YouTube algorithm is fucking garbage. All they show is propaganda. It doesn't matter what you look up. You're just getting fucking junk. The first 30, 40, 50 videos they show you are like just fucking controlled junk. You never get to the deepest truth. I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm just saying it's friggin' tough to take David seriously when he's not talking about any of these things, but he'll talk about that he's a member of MUFON. And who else is a member of MUFON? Well, I can't say that she is or not, but I'll say this. Linda Moulton Howe, who is, because this goes into the whole ufology cover-up and people trying to get to the truth about something that the government's intimately involved with and covering up. The government's allowing alien species to operate on us. The government's got treaties with aliens in exchange for technology. They're doing shit behind your fucking back that's not for your benefit, it's all privatized. It's all for the continuation of government and the secret society control, and all their agents are put in place and gatekeepers until the fucking whole colony is replaced by loyal fucking cult members. And that's how the military works. That's how every fucking aspect of this world works, because Satan's in control of this world, man. And if you talk too loud or you fucking rock the boat too much, pardon me, even people are programmed. If you get like boisterous, if you'd be like, look, they're deceiving us, they're lying, people would be like, oh, calm down, we don't like the tone of your voice here. Everybody, hey, you being kind of loud here. Like, yeah, I'm trying to alert you to like a life or death situation. Hey, easy. Do you think these chains look good? Like, fucking wrought iron is my color. Like, this stuff goes good around my ankles and my neck. What are you talking about? Like, fucking Stockholm Syndrome suffering fucking cult members in this world thinking that fucking Steve from How to Hunt is a fucking legit guy. He's a fucking tool. He's being used as a fucking tool. He's volunteered to be a fucking tool. That retard came out and fucking said most Bigfoot researchers are fucking morons, which I disagreed with him at first. Now I'm starting to think he might be right. But I took offense to that, and I said, dude, what are you talking about? Why are you trying to be fucking rude? He's like, bring it on, tough guy. Let's go. Like, in the comment section, I'm thinking, like, he's like, yeah, you want a piece of this? It's like, bring it on. I'm like, holy shit, this fucking dude. And maybe I would, you know? I'm a pretty tough dude at 41. I look pretty good. I'm pretty fucking strong. People don't fuck with me ever. That's a fact. I've bounced. I've been in fucking charge of hundreds of people. Fucking stare them all down until they fucking submit. Fucking keep my eye on all people. I'm pretty fucking aware of my situation in this world, where I stand and what the truth is. So anyway, you got to live your life righteously. And when you got these fucking idiots like Steve from How to Hunt posting fake dogman feet photos and hoaxing, in my opinion, and then still having the cult following, it's like everybody who, it's like you do, like you slap a woman right in front of everybody, and whoever sticks around, yeah, those are your people. Like, that's how these guys get their group following. Like, they're just like fucking mistreat a kid, and like if the girl sticks around, like, yeah, she's the one, because she lets me slap her kid and fucking make fun of them and fucking degrade her kid. That's the girl for me right there. Like, that's the mentality of these fucking guys like Steve from How to Hunt. Like, he's such a fucking jack off. And he's like, yeah. Just the tone of his voice shows you he's just a one-line, real flat, fucking, totally shallow fucking moron. And he fucking goes on and he says shit like, he'll read one fucking email, some fucking guy trying to fucking kiss his ass and suck his dick, and fucking, and then fucking he's on there like, well, this other guy says he's in the military and he's got all this inside information, but I'm not even going to read that because that one's probably not even true. So, like, I'm not going to waste my time, like, reading that for everybody. And you're just, like, stunned, like, you fucking dumb motherfucker. Like, you're fucking worthless. Like, who the fuck is so stupid that their intelligence is not insulted, that they're still listening to this fucking slack-jawed dumb fuck? And it's like, it's astonishing that people don't have the intelligence to even, like, you ever like question your teacher? You ever you probably haven't. You ever had the realization that you're smarter than your teacher? And you know what I mean? And like leagues beyond the fucking intelligence level of these fucking people. I had this woman fucking tell me, she gave me the fucking wrong change. I gave her like $100 for something. She gives me like $25 back or something. And I'm like, excuse me, like the total was like $90. I'm like, and she's like, oh, sorry, I'm just so tired. I teach school. Like, you teach school and you can't count. Okay, that's typical of the American situation right now. You're a fucking moron. The smartphones just turn you into a fucking idiot. I was watching some old people with smartphones today, and I'm just like, can you turn that down? You're in a fucking restaurant, please. It's like, god damn, you're just fucking sitting there, look at this video, and like ads are playing. I'm like, Jesus, not only is she trying to show her friend a fucking video, like she posted it on YouTube, and like I gotta sit here and listen to fucking YouTube ads at full volume on a brand new fucking iPhone. Like, thanks, I'm trying to enjoy the music and fucking eat my lunch. But anyway, fucking, you won't be on this planet much longer, ladies, so enjoy your time. But you know, that's just how you gotta think when these people are so fucking dumb. They have no situational awareness, whatever it is. So this is how the infiltration works. So like, is David legit? Not so sure. Does David need to befriend people at the conferences in order to make himself look legit? If he's an infiltrator, most certainly. That's what every infiltrator has to do, is make themselves look good. That's how every political criminal does. They have the news organizations to do it for them. So what does the Bigfoot world have? Conferences. What does the UFO world that we know is being covered up by the government already for decades upon decades have? Conferences. Oh, I'm starting to get it now. What else do they use? organizations. Oh, really? How do they do that? Well, you just start an organization as though it's a legitimate thing, knowing that you're subverting the truth and purposefully covering up and gatekeeping and trying to leave things out, just like every single BFRO report that you read that's completely middle of the road, that shows no violent tendencies, that shows no psychic tendencies, that shows no prolonged long-term experiences with these creatures. It's always, oh, it was just passing through. Oh, yep, you saw it and it was gone. It's not as though they report that these creatures are here, they're living here all the time, they habituate. Those reports don't seem to make it onto the website from what I've seen and read at all. So prove me wrong and go ahead and show me a case that says otherwise, because I haven't looked for a few years. But as far as I know, the BFRO is potentially another part of the cover-up, because that sort of stuff is happening. But any organization, they'd love you to start an organization. It's just like me being out there with no pants on, then just start a trend, no pants, just pantyhose. Everybody, yeah, let's just blend in. It's like the fucking tattoo phenomenon. Oh yeah, everybody get tattoos, fake tattoos all over the fucking artists on the TV. Just, they have actors on fucking TV getting painted with fake tattoos all the time, just so they can fucking demonstrate that to the American demographic, so people can emulate it, get covered in tattoos, get tattoos all over your face, be a fucking punk, look like a dirtbag, look like a fucking heroin junkie, look like you just got out of prison. Oh, it's so hot. Yeah, I see like women and I'm like, oh, you would be so hot if you weren't a fucking brain dead zombie that covered herself in the fucking ugliest fucking tattoos. I'm just like, what is wrong with people? It's bad enough you get these depressed girls cutting themselves. Now their outlet is just Tattoos City, and it's like, oh, you're a fucking sad case. But okay, you're being taught that it's the mind control programming, it's culture creation, it's working, and they have this on all aspects of society. So they try to control Bigfoot. The government is working. They have television programs paid for, brought to you by the conspirators, assuredly, and they're just trying to skew your fucking opinions. This is how the fucking world is. So are you going to take David at face value? Buy my book, join the cult, don't listen to what anybody else says. I don't believe in Dogman, don't give any credence to the smiley face killer phenomenon, never said it was Bigfoot, won't talk about UFOs, but I am a member of MUFON. What does that mean? The fuck does that mean? Weird dude. That's all I gotta say. There's infiltrators out there. Be aware of it. Take heed.